Jai Sriman Narayana. So, yesterday we have seen the assurance given by the Lord to all his devotees, not only for Arjuna, that by abandoning all the duties, in the sense the result for the duties that we are planning or anticipating in the mind, he says liberation can be obtained. Sarvadharman parityajya, isn't it? And it is me alone, that is Krishna, but here we have to understand that for a bhakta it is Krishna, and for a jnana in one's own self. Total abidance in the self. On neither of the cases, I tell you, both egos are melted off. Just like a salt doll which has been immersed in a tumbler or a vessel of water, the salt doll loses its identity and becomes one with the water homogeneously. Similarly, here on either of the cases, either in a bhakta's case or in a jnani's case, that ego element gets totally dissolved and will be empowered by the supreme jnana. So, any path that we take, either jnana or bhakti or karma, the culmination is the same, liberation. And don't say that bhakta's realization is different, the jnanis is eternal, the karma yogis is the third one. No, 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 no. Everything is the same. Just like a person who goes to Tirupati, for the darshan of Balaji. The modes may be different. People from four directions move in the opposite direction to reach the Tirupati. For example, if a person is in north, he travels south to come to Tirupati. A person who is in south, he travels towards north. Similarly, from west to east or east to west. The culminations, they all meet at Tirupati to reach the Balaji on the seven hills. And based on their mindset and economical standards, they may take different modes to reach. Some people go by foot or train or flight or whatever it is. Again, after reaching Tirupati, from Tirupati to Tirumala based, you can have n number of options. You can go by the government bus or you can have your own vehicle. And again, if you are going by foot, there are two parts from from the Vishnu Padam, we have the Srivari Padam, you can take the steps, or the regular one, Alipiri. Yes. And after reaching Tirumala, again, accommodation, it can be Padmavati guest houses or Rambagicha, n number of things. If you have donated something like 5 lakhs or above, then you will be given in Rambagicha. If you go for break decision, L1, L2, blah, blah, whatever it is, n number of options are there to enter into the Q complex or to enter into the temple. Irrespective, all these things are the manifestations of ego. You can say, hey, I went by a break darshan, no queue at all, 20 minutes darshan. Yes, okay, very good. But understand, once we are in front of the Lord, the darshan for all are the same. Anybody, it can be anybody. However you have reached, yes, but once you have reached, the darshan is the same. You find the same Lord. There's no difference. Of course, difference might happen based on the mental state, If we are not focused in that few seconds, you might miss the glimpse of the Lord, and standing there, you might be thinking something else. I know a lot of people. They come and say, "Oh, I didn't see the Lord properly. The main reason for the Sanctum Sanctorium to be dark is only for us to keep our mind totally focused on that. Nothing else. The mind should not go anywhere else. The eyes should get straight have the darshan. And then they do that Anga Arati, then you are supposed to have Anga right from the foot to the toe of the Lord, you are supposed to see. That's nothing else. No other business should happen there. So, similarly here, once we are liberated, it's the same. Now we should understand that why did he say Ma Suchaha? Do not grieve, my friend. Surrender to me. I will liberate. From what? From all the sins and sorrow. You should understand that this is technically the last verse in Gita. Of course, you might say, last verse is something else. I heard something starting like Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna and all. Yes, that is there. But when it comes to the teaching, this is the last verse. And you know which was the first verse that Krishna spoke? It is in chapter 2, verse 2. Till then Krishna didn't speak anything. And I tell you, there he doesn't speak, he hammers him, Lord Krishna. And the word he used was very harsh. He was shocked and surprised about his state. In chapter 2, verse 2, now certainly, what do you call, disappointed rather. Bahubali is not a movie at that stage. And 3, in verse 3, he uses the word Clybium, means impotent, impotency, whatever it is, however you say, in English. First time when I heard, I was shocked. How can Krishna use such a vocabulary? And then for Krishna, everything is right, And we should not question Krishna because we don't have that intelligence. And if we come for the 11th verse in 2nd chapter, there Krishna speaks, for the grievance is not worth for those people. And he asks me not to worry. So here is the answer for this. He says, don't worry. Do not grieve. Ma Suchaha, do not grieve. Ashochyam Anvashochyatvam is what it says in 2:11. So this is the answer. This is again. There I have started, here I am concluding. Don't worry, my friend. All will be fine. Assurance. And again after this, Krishna continues and he says, these particular commands of Krishna, the 16 commands that we have seen during these 25 days, he says, not to be talked to anyone who are non-believers of Krishna, and not to be talked to those who are lazy, not to be said for people who do not have the supreme devotion in the teachings of the Upanishads or the Gita. They can be misused, misquoted, mistaken. Because there is a very hairline difference between a jnani and a alasi. Alasi, lazy, both look almost alike, but one is with pure consciousness and the other is in total illosity. Therefore, kindly keep it to yourself, this knowledge, and share with like-minded people only. Thanks for being with me for this 25